Hey guys, what's going on and welcome back to this channel. So a lizard that I haven't done many videos about because there isn't really a lot to show, but today I'm going to show you more of my Leachianus gecko. Alright, so obviously by the title you know that I'm about to show you the setup that he is in right now. Now I actually don't remember if I already showed it before. It's been a few months since I did my last video on him, but before I do want to basically just let you know everything that has been going on with him, which is not a lot. He's been eating the same every 2 days. One thing that I'm gonna say for anyone that is new to leeches or is thinking about buying one, so obviously you guys well know that you guys need to buy this the Rapachi or Pangea. And if you're gonna have only one lizard that is gonna have be eating that kind of food, get a little bag, because I got two medium-sized ones and I feel like I'm barely using them. Now I have also tried to obviously add a few fruits, like little pieces of fruits, which I think he's been eating. Well, I know that he's been eating them because they're not in the cup the next day. Now I've also tried to feed him a few different insects, but he doesn't really show interest in eating them, which is not something that I like, because to be honest, they needed that basically extra protein, a whole meal, so that they can grow bigger, which obviously I'm basically judging him by what he looked like when I got him. Which I think he was only like a month old. I don't even remember, to be honest. But like I said, he's about to be 9 months old, and for the pictures that I've seen of other Leachianus geckos that are 9 months old, he doesn't look as chunky as they do. Because I kind of wish that he was eating insects normally, because I would be feeding him a lot more so that he can grow normally. Now he does not look skinny at all. I mean, you can barely see it, but yeah, there you go. Now he does not look skinny. You can definitely tell that his bones are not showing or anything. He's just not as big or as chunky as from what I've seen in others. Now he's definitely probably 3 times longer than what he was, which is something that is obviously good. He's just not as chunky, and he does not seem to be really into eating insects, even less if they are not in the mix. Because I've tried to offer mealworms, crickets, and dubia roaches, just with the tongues, and he just doesn't eat them. He doesn't do anything to them. What I think that I'm gonna do is something that is kind of gross, but I'm kind of hoping that it's gonna work, because obviously when you're dealing with reptiles, sometimes you gotta do some gross stuff. So what I think that I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna get some small roaches, and I'm gonna tear them in half and then put them in the mix, so that way when he's licking them, when he's licking the mix, he's gonna get some of that roach guts. Alright, so now I'm gonna show you his setup. Now this is a very simple setup. Normally by the time that they have already 3 to 4 months, I usually add substrate, at least substrate, to their setups. But this setup is basically used just for him to grow. Okay, now I don't want to add substrate to this setup, because I plan to use it for other lizards, in the future. This is basically just my grow out setup. So that is why I just want to let you know that this is why I am not using substrate for him, and it's not really like he's gonna be digging them, being an arboreal species. Now this is a 12 by 12 by 18 Exoterra, and it is like I said, it is very simple. It still has the 2 same pieces of heights that I was using when he was in a tub, when he was just a couple of months old. Now I'm still using this, you know, the same way, being flat on the floor. And yes, he does use it. You know, I normally find him right there, right in the middle. And you know, obviously this one, so that he can climb it, and it is basically just another height, because that is usually where he hides, either in the middle or in the back, which I think he's right there right now. Yeah, he's right there. Now also, you know, one of the reasons why I put them in a tank instead of a tub is because they climb. You know, they are an arboreal species, and you know, they want to be climbing. So yes, I do find him, you know, always here. Not always, but you know, usually right there on the top, you know, climbing this, or just playing sticker on the glass. You know, just they're just right there, you know, without moving. Sometimes I find them right there. So you know what? Okay. And the last thing that I have is obviously a fitting ledge. Now this, I really like this magnetic ledges, because not only they don't look just like plastic, you know, obviously they work. You know, I get this. Now I don't actually remember the name of you know, the company that makes them, but I do have a picture and I will share it. So you know, this is just one of the few that I have, and I'm gonna get more once he goes into his bigger setup. Which, speaking of his bigger setup, is already, you know, it's already being made. At the moment, I just have the plants, but I do not have any pork in there. So, like the title says, you know, he will be here in this little setup for just maybe 2 months more. Now, something that I really don't like at all, because of the fact that you know, this is just a basic setup with no you know, with no substrate, with no isopods, no plants, that whenever he poops, you know, I have to be actually cleaning it instead of just spraying it and letting all, you know, drop to the substrate, because obviously poop is food for the isopods. Now here, normally now I do want to share what I use, because I normally put a little bit of vinegar into water, and that is what I use to clean the poop. And trust me, these guys like to play Picasso, because they will be pooping all over that glass. Alright, so I also want to show that you know, in this setup I am not offering UVB, which is something that I don't like at all. But you know, obviously I know that okay, but obviously I know that the Pangea has calcium, but I'm also using this. This has, you know, vitamin D3, which you can see right there. Now I am offering that, you know, every 2 feedings. So obviously once he goes into his bigger setup, he will have UVB. And for the heat, you know, my room stays at around 70. So you know, the lowest that it will go, it's to 68, and the highest will be to 75 in the summer. Now right now, damn it. Now I sprayed this on accident, but you know, you can see right there that I saw on 71, and the humidity is actually to 70, but I took this out, so it is actually going down. Now you can see that you know, I actually sprayed it, because every single morning I do a very light mist. All right. Well, alright, I guess that is basically all that I have, you know, to show about him until he goes into his bigger setup. Now, I already showed a quick clip of, you know, the plants, basically. So, you know, once he goes into that bigger setup, I will, you know, make a video on how I made that setup. So, I guess that's gonna be all for this video. So, you know, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this quick update of him. And if you guys did, please make sure to give it a like, and please subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you next week.